the scream was for Duncan, sorry. It's for Duncan Thorne Corn Dog. Anyway, he says it's for his mom and dad, and it's a song. I'll tell you a story about this song. I didn't write it. Okay. That reminds me when I was a kid. This is now gonna make me ill. When I was a kid, I was writing serious songs. Oh shit. This is the kind of joke that it's gonna get less funny, and then it'll stay that way, and then it'll gradually get funnier again. So when I was a kid, I wrote serious songs, like up until I was like about 13, and then when 13 hit, I got brain damage like all the other kids, and I started writing songs that weren't very serious anymore. I started off writing stuff that went like. That's a song from like when I was like 9 or 10, and it had like pretty chords. By the time I was 13, I got a tape recorder out and I would write songs called like "Having Two Dicks is Cool." Somehow I just was reminded of that. I mean, I like to see different breeds of doggies, and if I could just take a second to clear what I've seen out of my head. Right on. So the story with this song is that a friend of mine, who I think is one of the best songwriters, I love this guy's music. His name is Neil Hannon. Are you familiar with Neil's music? Some of you are, but this makes me happy in a way because I can be the one to tell you to listen to Divine Comedy. That's his band, and he's a really fantastic songwriter and a really good friend of mine. And when I wanted to cover one of his songs, and so I covered the one that you're about to hear. It's rather obscure in America, not in Great Britain. It was always big. It was always big in the UK, actually. And but we were on tour, and he was opening for me, and no one knew who Neil was. And we were catching a cab outside Austin, Texas, and this big, burly cab driver with just crazy stuff in his cab picks us up, and he was as southern as it gets. And Neil was figuring he was in for a character building experience because he's from Ireland, and he just didn't know what he was in for. And the guy goes, "Oh, you're from somewhere else, aren't you?" And he was like, "Oh dear, yes, God, I'm from Northern Ireland." And he starts telling that, and he goes, "Man, I love TV shows from over there. I love TV shows from over there. I got VHS of every single comedy TV show, and I love the theme songs from them. You ever heard that one, Father Ted?" And he's like, "I wrote the song." Blew this dude's mind. We ended up being best friends. Here's the song. I didn't write it. I think